My name is Dr. Ed Cassini. I have the pleasure of being one of the assistant coaches at Central High for the baseball program. I first met Tucker Mann 2 years ago when he was a junior and didn't really have an opportunity to coach him very much because he was suffering some physical ailments, had a bad back and this, that, and the other. But I noticed that he was always such a student of the game. He watched other players. We had some seniors on that team that he looked up to and he learned from them. So when he got his chance this year as a senior, he really took advantage of it. He's a very affable kid. He's easy to coach and just had a wonderful time being associated with him. I guess the closest thing I can say that I had to do with Tucker is before every ball game, Tucker and I always stood together for the national anthem. And it just became kind of a routine and almost like a habit and a superstition. He always knew he'd pitch well if he got close to his coaches, and that's what he did. The family should be awfully proud of him. He's going to be a very, very good addition to the Connor State program, and I wish him all the best.
Hi, I'm David Hicks. Coach Tucker at Little Rock Central and also Arkansas Express summer program. I've known him since he was a little kid, a junior deputy. What I like about him most is he never quits. I moved him all around, different positions, different spots. Finally found a good spot on the mound where he's comfortable and he's going to college. Nice job, man. Tucker Mann.
Tucker, it started off, he was a football player at Little Rock Central. He was a little toot that really, I was worried about when it came time to hit people. Now he's a big toot and headed to college, and couldn't be more proud of him. He's worked very hard for what he's got, and I anticipate he'll do very well.
Hi, my name is Scott Haley. I had the pleasure of meeting Tucker Mann when he was about 4 years old. Got to coach him fully on an all-star team, made him the first all-star when he was 8. Had a wonderful season. Toughest kid I've ever met. Great family. Can't find a better, truer, easier going, harder working, gritty, dirty kid than Tucker Mann. One of my favorites out of all the hundreds of kids I've ever seen.
I'm Coach Gene Whitley. I coached Tucker in American Legion Baseball in Little Rock. I'm also the pitching coach for North Little Rock High School. I've known Tucker for just over 3 years. I've coached him and competed against him. A couple of tips, when we played them this past year, Tucker really improved against North Little Rock anyway, and he really hurt my feelings. I was glad to see him pitch as well as he did and play as well as he did, but he really put it on us. And as far as Legion goes, he's been just a dream to have to coach and to be around. I wish him all the luck in the world in the future. I know he's going to do good. I want to see him get his education and maybe play at the next level.
Hi, I'm Jim Allison. I was an assistant coach at Little Rock Central, and I'm an American Legion baseball coach. I've coached Tucker in high school and during the American Legion summer seasons. I first met Tucker as a freshman, and it's been real interesting to see him develop over the years. As a freshman, when I first met him, he thought he wanted to be a catcher, and I could tell from when he was catching that he was really interested in pitching, and so he made that transition to a pitcher, and you could see him develop through his 4 years in high school, which was certainly a very pleasant and hard-working experience on his part. And I wish him the best of everything in his next level of baseball. I think he'll stay after it, and his determination and dedication to the game is something that's always stood out for Tucker. And I really have enjoyed and appreciated the time that I've had with him over the last 4 years.
My name is Ryan Mahoney. I've coached Tucker now for the last 3 years with the Little Rock Legion baseball team. Tucker's been a very special athlete, both to myself and to our team. He's been very special to coach. He's been very receptive, and it's been exciting and fun to watch him grow the last 3 years into the young man he is today. We're all very excited to see him take this next step and further his baseball career. And we wish him the very best, and we know he's going to be successful.
Are we ready? For those of you who don't know me, I'm Coach Gene Whitley. I'm actually a registered volunteer assistant coach at North Little Rock High School. I coach Little Rock American Legion in the summertime, and that's how I know Tucker. Tonight is a very special night for Tucker, his mom, his whole family. It's very special for me to have a young man ask me to come here and do this to speak on his behalf. That makes it really special for me. I don't get paid to coach, but this is my paycheck right here. This is how I get paid back. I'll tell you a little bit about Tucker. You guys already know this. He started as junior deputy at 4 years old. He still acts that way. Then from junior deputy, I think he came right here and played for the mighty Bluebirds in the U-Trip, travel squad, right? Then he played Babe Ruth back at junior deputy. He played 4 years at Central High School, at Little Rock Central, and he's played American Legion baseball for, I know, 3 years. Have you played 4? 3, 4? Okay. And he's played for myself and Coach Mahoney right here for Ian for 2 years. Tonight, Tucker's going to sign his national letter of intent to play baseball at Connors State College, located in Warner, Oklahoma. At this time, when he signs this here in a few minutes, Tucker will become a college student athlete. Not everybody gets to do this, all right? And the key word in student athlete is the first word. You're a student first, all right? It's very important to go to Connors State and get your associate's degree. Okay? That's what we want you to do. The baseball program at Connors State has a 95% graduation rate. The baseball program does. That's unbelievable these days for any kind of school like that. Their enrollment at Connors State is about 2,700 students. Like I said, it's located in Warner, Oklahoma. The population of Warner is 1,700, give or take 5 or 6 probably. 212 miles from Little Rock, which makes that about a 3-hour drive. There's not a whole, with 1,700 people in the population, probably not a whole lot to do in Warner other than go to school and study and work on your baseball skills. That's probably about all you're going to have to do there. And I think that's a good thing. As far as that, you study, work hard, and work on your baseball. I'll tell you just a little bit. I got to do this. I got to tell you a little bit about this baseball program. Connors State College plays in the National Junior College Athletic Association, which I refer to as JUCO, junior colleges. You'll hear me say that here from now on. They play in Region 2, and they're a Division I JUCO school. They play in the Bi-State Conference. The teams they play in their conference that I can find, and I think this is their conference this year, Seminole State College, Rose State College, Northeast Oklahoma A&M College, Eastern Oklahoma State College, and our own college right here in Little Rock, Arkansas Baptist. As far as Connor State College, their JUCO baseball program is one of the top programs in the country. I mean, they are really good, and here's why. They're coached by a man named Perry Keith. He's one of the most consistent coaches in junior college athletic history as far as coaching. He's got an unbelievable record. He's been there 28 years. His record is 1,375 wins and 399 losses. That's almost 1,000 more wins than losses. 780 win percentage. Like I said, he's been there 28 years. He's first in wins among all active JUCO coaches. He has been named Conference Coach of the Year 14 times. He's inducted into the NJCAA Hall of Fame in 2008. They've won, in 28 years, they've won 14 conference championships. They have finished second 11 times. That's 25 out of 28 years they've been either one or two. That's pretty awesome. Hopefully they're going to continue to do that with this man right here on their team. They've won 7 of their Region 2 conference titles. They have won 5 National Junior College South Central District championships. They've been to the Junior College World Series 5 times. The last time they went was in 2013 and they finished 5th. They haven't won that national championship yet, but I think they're going to get real close right here. They've been ranked since 1985. Every year they're ranked in the top 10 in the National Junior College Athletic National Poll. That's every year they're ranked in the top 10 since 1985. So you do the math. Not every baseball player gets the opportunity to play for a coach like Coach Perry Keith at Connor State. And at this time, Tucker, stand up and say a few words with me.
First off, I'd like to thank you all for coming out. I'd like to introduce my family, which I don't see too. Who the other one is. This is my mom, Christy Mann. She's been she means everything to me. She's the one that's gotten me to baseball practice, and she actually brought me here. She's just done everything for me. She's put food on the table and washed all my jerseys. She's done everything. Back there in the back is my little brother, Tyler. He just pushes every day, just nagging and nagging, just trying to make me better. I don't know where my younger brother is. Tanner? I don't know. Okay, he's not here. Other than that, I'd just like to thank y'all again.
We got a couple of special guest here speakers. The first one will be Doc Cassini. He is the father of Coach Rusty Cassini at Central High School. He's also a registered volunteer assistant at Central, just like I am at North Little Rock. So, Doc, it's all yours.
First off, excuse me, I'd like to give Rusty's apologies for not being able to be here, but much like his association with Tucker, he's got 12 young men that he's got up in Springfield, Missouri right now that he's trying to make sure that those 12 individuals have a chance to do what Tucker's going to be able to do next fall. So that's his reason for not being here. He spreads himself really, really thin. This is a letter that Rusty was going to read while he was here. I cannot express the pride I have for Tucker Mann. Tuck is a gamer and a baseball dirtbag, and also is the handsomest of the Mann brothers. I know the last couple of months have been extremely stressful on Tuck and his entire family, but it was always about being in the right place at the right time. I know Tuck will be very successful at his next level, and Connor State is very lucky to get an absolute steal and an incredible young man. Tuck will not be outworked, intimidated, or afraid. He has the courage and determination that few of us possess. That's probably due to the fact that his older brothers were always on him, pushing him and pushing him and pushing him. You could always tell Tuck was a little brother because he always was the first one to want to wrestle anybody at a Central High baseball practice. This was always strange to us coaches because just like right now, he's complaining about a bad back, but if you grab Weaves or Coach Rich, his back never bothered him. Rusty also wants to thank the Mann family for allowing him to be a mentor to this fine young man. You guys have done a remarkable job raising this young man. I will cherish the time that I spent with Tuck at Central High. Players like him do not come around very often, but when they do, you just allow them to be themselves. He will always remember the looks that he and Tuck gave each other when he walked off the mound after completely shutting down one of our opponents. He never had to say a word. They just nodded ahead, and I knew the games were over. On a personal level, when Rusty became head coach at Mills High School 6 years ago, there was nothing there. No players, no field, no equipment, no uniforms. He came to me and he said, what do I do? It was his first teaching job. It was his first coaching job. And really there was nothing for us to do other than put a book cover on a very, very tattered book. We bought new uniforms. We made the field look tremendous. We had great sponsorship from some of the parents, but there was no way to really do what he wanted to do. So he moves over to Central High, becomes the head coach, and he said, Dad, what do we do? One word: tradition. You are now part of that tradition.
Thanks, Coach Christine. You just made me realize something that maybe we don't tell these guys enough how much they care about us. Next speaker here will be Coach Ryan Mahoney. Ryan and I have been together 5 years, going on 6, I think. He helped me at Pulaski Tech when I had the club baseball program there, and he's helped me with Legion. I introduce Ryan the same way all the time. Ryan played at Arizona State for 2 years. Then he went to Loyola in New Orleans, played 2 years, was a two-time All-American. Then he went and played in the Chicago Cubs organization for a few years. And then he works on computers and does something funny now. I don't know what he does. But I always say Ryan knows so much about baseball. When he walked in the door, he came over and did his little interview, and then we talked, and he came over here and sat down. During that time, that guy probably forgot more about baseball than I'm ever going to know. Just in that short amount of time, he knows the game very well. So Ryan, Coach, it's all yours, buddy.
Thank you, everyone. First of all, Tucker, congratulations on extending your baseball career to the next level. It makes me proud to know that I coached you, and I know it makes your family and friends proud to be a part of that as well. I have 3 things I want to talk to you about and give you some advice on. First, when you venture off on this journey, become a better person. Not only empower yourself, but empower those around you. Okay? Second, make sure you thank everybody in this room and everybody who's gotten you to this level. A lot of sacrifices were put in place in order for you to get to this level. Second, become a better student. You have to work as hard off the field as you do on it. Okay? No one's going to be there. Mama Man's not going to be there to wake you up in the morning. I promise you. Okay? As much as you'd like her to be there, she's not going to be there to cook your meals, clean your clothes, make sure you study or do any of those things. So make sure you hit the books. It's the prime reason you're off on this journey. Okay? Second, become a student of the game. You're going to encounter coaches and players that probably know more than you. Take it all in. Not only for yourself, but maybe you can empower some other players with that knowledge that you obtained at the next level. Third, become a better athlete. Okay? I can speak for all the washed up athletes in this room. Well, you only get one shot at this. This is your one shot. So make the most of it. Go out there and get after it, and make sure you don't waste this one chance. Because I wish I could go back and do it again. I know Gene Whitney wishes he could go back and do it again, and everybody else in this room, we get one shot. So make sure you make the most of it. work hard every day and wake up every day with a plan. Okay? We don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. So make sure you take that into account every day. Wake up with a purpose to become a better person, a better student, and a better athlete. And I can speak for everybody in this room when I can say, we're proud of you, we love you, and we're glad you're a part of our lives. Best wishes, brother.
I'm ready to go play some baseball right now. Hey, before he signs his letter right here, is there anybody else that would like to say a few words? Anybody? Anyone? Go ahead, Coach.
You know, Tucker, when I played at Little Rock Central football, Coach Cox always told us the same thing over and over and over. Before you sign that, you need to look at your mama and tell her you love her. She's there for you. You're lucky to have a mom like that. We're all very proud of you, but don't forget your mom. You need to right now tell her you love her. Give her a hug.
Boy, there's so many things that just run through my mind. You can tell by just the speeches from these men that have invested in Tucker how lucky and blessed that we are as an entire family. You know, I set all of his hats over there, and there's a lot of them. And there's a lot of men sitting out here that their fingerprints are on Tucker. When he was wearing that hat, you were coaching him on the ball field, and you were coaching him in life. And that is so precious. Being a coach's wife, I know what you do for, you've done for my son. And because Tucker's dad has been gone quite a bit, I had my Army hat and I forgot it. But Tucker's dad wears that hat every day, his Army hat, to make sure that his children and family and coaches, we have the freedoms that we do have. And he proudly does that, but that's a sacrifice. But God, like I said, has blessed. Whenever Travis has been gone, one of these men has been right there for Tucker, along with my amazing family, our amazing family, grandparents, cousins, brothers, aunts and uncles. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for all of you guys on this front row, for sure. But we are truly blessed, and Tucker, we're very proud of him. He's been very patient, and just real quick, the story, Coach Ackland had nominated him for the Heartland All-Star thing, and I wasn't sure, you kind of get some of those things in the mail, like, oh yeah, Tampa, Florida, want you to go down there. Well, I'm sure they do. But this was, so we signed it, and we went up there, and it was raining, and they put them all in a gym, and the coach, it was packed, and coach said, you're going to give out all the pitchers over here, shortstops over here. Tucker got in a line, and he just threw about 7 pitches, and the coach pulled him over there and said, hey, where are you going to pitch, next year? And Tucker said, I hadn't found a home yet, and the coach said, you'll find someplace. Well, we got a call the next week, and he had made the All-Star team, and so we went up there, and he's put on a team, didn't know anybody except his catcher, but was selected as well. And they played about 3 games, and then the Connor State coach had put in a word, hey, I want the Little Rock Central kid to pitch here on this night. And so we showed up, Tucker started the game, he pitched 9 innings, only 1 walk, and that was questionable. No earned runs. He was the best he's ever been. And Coach Keith watched him for every pitch, all 9 innings. And after we walked off the field, he basically pulled Tucker aside and said, son, I really do want you, and your breaking ball was as good in the 1st inning as it was in the 9th inning. And so it was a God thing, how God put so many things in place with Adam's nomination and those kind of things, as well as these men up here, and Coach Pacini, Rusty Pacini too, and Coach Rich, all giving Tucker the confidence to stay the course, and you're going to find a place, and he has, and we're very, very blessed with that. So.
Anybody else that wants to say a few words? Go ahead, sir.
Yes, I had a heart-to-heart talk with Sister Mann. We all know Tanner and Tyler, they wrestlers. They brawlers. Tucker got it in him, but he had it, that brawling, on the baseball field. And I say, Mama, let him play baseball. That's what he loves. He wrestled because his big brothers wrestled. He wanted to be around his big brothers. But when he did that baseball and found out that was his niche, you see how his mama smiling? She was just like, thank you. You know, sometimes it takes somebody on the outside to come in and give you that inspiration. And the whole Mann family, little do you know, the first time I volunteered wrestling coach in the state of Arkansas, it was for her husband in the home. He was the first coach in the state of Arkansas that gave me an opportunity to volunteer at a high school. And I'll never forget that, and I embraced that family ever since. So Tucker, like you say, student, athlete. I'm the head coach, wrestling coach at Arkansas Baptist Junior College. And I tell my students and my athletes, you are a student before you're an athlete. It's not athletic student, it's student athlete. So go take care of your business and get some strikeouts and get some wins, my brother. I love you.
Anybody else? I'll say a few things.
Go ahead, Coach.
Where to start with Tucker Mann? I have no idea. He's been like a brother to me all year. We've grown so close, brother. I've enjoyed every single moment on and off the field with you, and I couldn't be more proud of you, buddy. That's all I got to say before I start crying.
When Tucker was growing up, he started playing baseball. And he was playing catcher like most coaches do. They'll try their position to see which one they work out in. And this particular year, when he was elected All-Star, he was catcher. Well, you know what? Some of you already know this. What a catcher coaches is to guard that home base. And you stand in front of it and you guard it. And you know what the runner is taught to do? He's taught to run over. Well, that's what they did. And whenever they hit each other, just wow, all you saw was elbows and gloves. Tucker got up, brushed himself off, pulled off his gear, put on the ground. I quit. And his dad was there. Travis came over and gave him a little pep talk. And he put his gear back on and finished the game. And going back to the car, he was walking with BB here, Grandma. And Tucker said, BB, I just guess my all-star days are over. That was a little humor on his growing up and taking responsibility to take care of his team and the team player. Congratulations, Tucker.
Where it is. Yeah, it's right there.
You ready, buddy?
Take a deep breath.
Breathe on the rock.
I can't sign it for you.
T.
All right. There we go. Put your hat on.
All right. They had their say. I'm gonna have mine now. Everybody in this room has known Tucker longer than I have. Like I said, I've only known him about max 3 years. Coach Mahoney myself. That's it. Tucker, I got some advice for you. I'm gonna stand up here because I want your eyes, your ears on me. All right, I'm talking to you. All right. Number one thing you do is you study hard and progress in school. Don't just go out there to make the good grades. Go out there to go after the best grade you can possibly get. get your associate's degree at Connor State. That's a 2-year school. That's what you're there to do. Remember this, your grade point average, GPA, needs to be higher than your unrun average, your ERA. Think about that. What's passing, 2.0? Your ERA needs to be lower than that. All right? It needs to be under, and you need to be way above that too in your GPA. So study hard. The second thing is Coach Keefe at Connor State, man, I'm telling you, not everybody gets to play for a coach like that. I wish I could have played for a coach like that. I didn't have a coach like that. I had some great coaches, but not like this man. He and his assistant coach, I think it's Foreman, is up there still. What you do is you do everything they tell you to do. Tucker, look at me. You do everything they tell you to do. You do it right, you do it their way. Okay? You do that, then you keep the ERA down, the GPA up, and that'll send you to the next level. But you're not eligible to go to the next level without those grades. That is the most important thing. All right? Baseball is just a bonus. And the third thing is remember the best pitch in baseball. What do I tell you? What's the best pitch in baseball?
Strike one.
Strike one. First pitch strike. Always remember that. And I got one more thing here before we're done. Tucker, on behalf of myself, your coaches, Coach Massini, Coach Mahoney, thanks for being here. All your family and your friends, I want you to remember this. We're always here for you. All right, I'm not going anywhere. I'm stuck here until I retire a couple more years anyway. But we wish you the best, and Tucker, we love you. We love you very much. With that being said, don't have anything else. Tucker's mother has provided food and a big old cake for her. And I guess we're going to close it out there, and that's going to be it. Everybody enjoy, and thanks again for coming. Thank you. If you want to have your picture made or anything with Tucker, I'm sure he'd be glad to get in front of a camera and have his picture made.
Oh, yeah.
Some money, yeah.
I'll see, Pop.
Hey, nice of you to show up, buddy.
Who's the chick? How old are you?
And when you need a break from it, you need like a couple hours from me.
I'm like, you still bring me Steve?
Tucker, let me get a picture of you.
Yeah. You're right here.
Tell him he needs to shave Mama Man.
I'll take that as a compliment.
That's right. I got nothing.
I like it. Is it Tyler? Hey, yes, sir. Thank you. Michael.
Love it. Oh, so wonderful.
I get one of me and my boy.
All right, Popeye, put me on here, Popeye.
Yeah.
Put me on here.
Yeah.
Tucker Man, Connor State. Don't get a whole lot of strikeouts.
Good thing he's not hit because he had twice that number.
Shake hands, shake hands.
Oh, shake hands. Hey, shake
hit a
hands.
triple.
I thought you said hug him. I was hugging.
So where'd you hit it?
1, 2, 3.
So the outfielder was running for the ball, broke his ankle, crawled down there, and then threw it.
want him to do? 1, 2, 3.
Here, we take one on my phone.
Dressed up.
What's taller?
2, 3. Perfect. Perfect.
Is that going on the
Swear.
Goes on the intro.
Which one of you two got in the fight against North Carolina?
Ready now?
Don't watch out for having something happens when you play us, Tucker.
You gotta jump.
You gotta jump. Dead weight hurts back when he gets there.
Hold on. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Because you don't weigh 95 pounds.
Come on. She in the middle. Yeah, I'll go on the side. I don't like being held like this.
What are you doing?
That was a contest.
Thank you.
I'm David Patrick Herndon. I'm Tucker Mann's grandfather. He's one of 11 grandkids, and he is outstanding. He and I bonded years ago, and we've always been, doing things that people have told us we couldn't do. And one of the things that stands out is we had a stump that we had to take out in their backyard, and his brothers and his dad and everybody, they were trying to get that stump out. Anyway, they all went in the house, and Tuck and I sitting there, so I said, Tuck, let's get this out for sure. And after about 4 foot deep in rock and hard soil, he and I did it. And he never even thought about quitting. And right then is when I knew he was going to be very successful in whatever he did and whatever he put his mind to. And this is his lovely mother and my eldest.
I'm Mama Man.
And she was kind of the same way. And she still is.
And
Thank
Tucker being the third child, third boy, is very tough, very persistent, very ornery, very bullheaded, but a joy. And one of my little sayings is third one's the charm, and he's definitely a charmer. He's loved baseball from day one. His first word was ball. So proud of him and look forward to this next adventure in his life.